Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to a reading for the week of October 25th. This week, we are going to jump right in here, and we are going to take a look at what is going on for you at this time. At the end, what I was going to say before I stuttered is we are going to pull 3 yes or no question cards, and we are going to see. I will give you time to think of your questions. If you don't have questions, that's fine too. I will be putting all 3 together just as one thing. But damn, Sagittarius, this is a really, really good reading. You have you start off with the Ace of Pentacles here. And you have 2 aces. I love 2 aces. 2 aces is a yes to any question that I don't answer. But there's like some sort of opportunity that could be coming in for you. Look at this. Ace of Pentacles, Empress. You have the World, 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. Really nice energy is what I would say to you. So I feel like there's some sort of opportunity that is coming in for you here. I feel like you need to, it's like you have to go through it. You have the high, here's the thing. Is you have the High Priestess right here in your near future. The thing with the High Priestess is it's like, it could be good, could be bad, right? It's like, she kind of represents duality in certain ways. That's not 100% true with the High Priestess, but that's what I'm picking up on intuitively. The only answer is to go through something, to figure it out, to go through it, to learn it, to experience it basically. And that's kind of like what I feel for you here, Sagittarius. Your crossing energy is the Queen of Swords. I feel, as far as the crossing energy is concerned, this could be too much, too much thinking, too much discernment. So if you're getting an opportunity in your life, I feel like you need to look deeper at it. But at the same time, she could be thinking too much. She could be too worried about an opportunity. Like if this is a love opportunity, she could be too concerned about all the things that could go wrong. And I'm not suggesting that people shouldn't be, if you don't want to get hurt, I totally understand being careful in a relationship. But at the same time, we need to make sure that we're not being, paranoid freaks, right? is what I would say. If we're dating a person and they don't give us any evidence that they're going to do something wrong, then until there is evidence, we shouldn't be acting as if there's going to be evidence, right? So I feel like we need to be careful in things like relationships of like looking, analyzing every little thing, because then we just become paranoid, right? And I would be careful of that here is what I would say to you. There's something entering into your awareness. High Priestess is like something that kind of like enters into your awareness. You become aware of some sort of opportunity. In the area of your thoughts, you have the Empress. Really good card. I feel that there's a lot of abundance coming in for you. I feel like you're feeling good, feeling empowered, feeling like you're ready to go. So I definitely like to see that for you. I also feel like you should be making sure to take care of yourself at this time with the Empress, but all in all, feeling abundant. In the area of your foundation, you have the Ace of Cups. Really good card. Again, your emotions overflowing, feeling really happy. So I feel like you're coming from a good place here in the beginning of the reading. Sometimes I think like that Queen of Swords crossing could just, like when things are going really well in our lives, sometimes I think we're like, okay, when's the bad thing going to happen? So I'd say like, get out of your head. No stinking thinking, right? In the past, you have the Hermit. The Hermit says you have climbed to the top of a mountain. Maybe you have gone through a dark night of the soul, but it's like you've climbed to the top of a mountain. Now you are getting your rewards. I always say, like, where do you get the best views? At the top of a mountain. So you've been through the worst, and now maybe this is just your reward for going through the darkness, your reward for going through the things that you have gone through. And I feel like you need to realize that. Again, I feel like she is skeptical. Look at her face, Sagittarius. I don't know if you can see that, but she like looks skeptical. Here, she's like side-eyeing something. But I feel like there's no need to be skeptical of like an opportunity that is coming your way because you've earned it. The Hermit, plain and simple. In the near future, you have the High Priestess. I would trust your intuition, number 1. Number 2, she kind of represents needing to make a sacrifice, maybe to get something. Not really a sacrifice. It's more like she understands she might have to go through a transformation. Normally, there are pomegranates on the tapestry that is behind the High Priestess, and pomegranates are like the fruit of the underworld. So, it can kind of represent needing to undergo a transformation to experience something new. You also have the Empress. The Empress doesn't really represent transformation? It kind of does, because there is normally a waterfall behind the Empress, and waterfalls in the tarot, they represent like chaotic force, right? A waterfall is always changing. It's like if you could survive like being at the bottom of like a gigantic waterfall, and if you could look and actually see under the water, you would see that everything at the bottom of the waterfall is constantly being churned up. Everything is constantly moving around, right? So it kind of represents chaotic force, and she also understands that. Like, she understands that things are always changing, and she can adapt to those changes. So, the Empress represents like Mother Nature, which is also about adaptation, like adapting to your surroundings. And I feel like that's very important for you for some reason. I never say that with the Empress, but I'm feeling that energy for you here. And she also understands that she could need to make a change, again, because of the water, to have something that she desires. You have 2 cards in both these positions, and then over the next few months you have the Page of Swords and the Nine of Cups here. Again, skeptical, like looking at a distance at what will make you happy. So I kind of feel like this is you looking at a wish like from a distance. It's like you see something here that could lead to fulfillment. You see something off in the distance that could lead to a lot of happiness, but it's almost like you're keeping it at arm's length. Again, we're going to clarify, we're going to see what's going on here, Sagittarius, but I would just accept the luck. Like, look, there's a ladybug right here, represents luck. So I feel like for some of you, it's like saying you could be a little bit skeptical of something that's entering into your life, like a person, could be a job opportunity, could be money, could be anything. And but it's like I feel like you're a little bit like kind of pushing it away a little bit. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the Five of Pentacles in the World. Some of you could be feeling left out in the cold. It could be for obvious reasons, like the COVID, something like that. For others, I feel like this is saying you need to get out into the world and develop new relationships. I've been saying this for like, I don't know, months now, for years actually, since like probably 2 or 3 years ago. Right when, I would actually say like 4 years ago, when Saturn entered into Capricorn, I basically said that from that point on, for the next 30 years, it's going to be super important for people to develop relationships or to network or to have some sort of a network. It doesn't even have to be in person. It could be online, that you develop a network or you have people that you can rely on. And the reason I say 30 years is I think something people don't realize about astrology as well, especially, is like when a planet like Saturn is in a sign, it takes like 29, 30 years for it to get back to that sign. And it's like, so when the planet is in the sign, Saturn was in Capricorn, it's like just because it's left doesn't mean we're not still learning the lessons. It's like when it leaves, we have to put what we learned into practice. We have to use the energy until it gets back to the sign. So you got another, like, I don't know, 27 years or something like that before Capricorn gets back, before Saturn gets back into Capricorn. And so what I would say here is that anything you can do to develop a network, develop relationships, anything, people you can rely on, things like that, it's going to be very, very important for you here, Sagittarius, for whatever reason. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you do have the Ten of Swords here, so kind of feeling left out in the cold. Again, Ten of Swords is kind of a card of something being dead, done, over with. I don't actually hate the Ten of Swords personally, because it's like death, it's like the guy on the Ten of Swords is normally dead. He just needs to realize that he is dead, that he has gone through a transformation. He just needs to get up off the ground and like move towards something new. So I feel like you just need to realize that with the Ten of Swords. And look, your outcome is the Nine of Pentacles. So like a harvest, pre-Empress energy. Some of you could be getting closer to this, to like having a glow up, whatever you want to call it, or to having your Empress abundance with this card here. So it's like you're getting a lot closer than you think to a harvest. This guy on here is having a harvest. The Nine of Pentacles is also like a card of your environment. So, to me, it kind of says like to me, it's a card of creating an environment of success. It's like if there are things that you're doing that are preventing your success, then, Nine of Pentacles says clean those things up, right? It's like I always say, it's like, if I have junk food at my house, like I'm trying to be on a diet right now and have been, although I was cheating for like a while, right, Sagittarius, because I didn't have a good environment, right? So now I got rid of all the junk food, everything I shouldn't have, out of my house. And it's like, so as long as the temptation isn't there, then I don't give in to the temptation. Nine of Pentacles, that is the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles says create an environment of success. If you know that you should be working on your business, but you're always on your phone, turn the phone off for like an hour, right? And do some work. because Nine of Pentacles doesn't say you have to make these huge improvements, right? It just says like tiny little improvements will kind of add up and will lead to a harvest, right? But it is about creating that like environment of success, doing things that will like make sure that you are going to be successful. And that's like what I feel like you're doing. Here you have the Knight of Swords here. I just want to clarify this. Knight of Swords. Like I said, Knight of Swords momentum. I feel like you would be surprised at how quickly something will move forward here, Sagittarius. Like if you're working on a business or if this offer here is a love offer, I feel like you'd be surprised at how well things go. With the Empress, you have the Knight of Cups. I feel like someone could be very attracted to you. Knight of Cups is a knight in shining armor, love. So definitely could be love coming in for you if you're looking for love. Knight of Cups is also your dreams. Knight of Cups is, he's dreaming of his future life. And the Empress says that maybe you see a lot of abundance in your future life. Knight of Cups is like, get moving towards it. With the Ace of Cups, look at this. You have the Ten of Cups, fortune after difficulty, happy home, happy family, a lot of happiness coming in for you. With the High Priestess, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Damn. Sagittarius, this is a good reading. Even though you have like the Ten of Swords and stuff, I wouldn't even worry about that. Again, what's on the other side of this offer? What is on the other side of something entering into your awareness? Everything you want. The Ten of Pentacles is everything you want in your life. It is, the tree of life. It is having it all, basically. Can we ever truly have it all? Probably not. Doubt it, but can we get close? Yes. We can definitely improve things, definitely make things better. So, yeah. With the Page of Swords and the Nine of Cups, you have the Tower here. I definitely wouldn't, wait on moving towards this. I'm going to clarify each one. Yeah, the Fool. I would take a leap of faith towards the Nine of Cups. Again, like, the Page of Swords is like the kid that stands against, is like in this situation, this is like the kid standing against the wall at the school dance. It's like instead of letting loose and having fun, he's all worried about being embarrassed. The Fool is about needing to not worry about being embarrassed. The Fool represents, he is not self-conscious. He doesn't care if he looks foolish, right? That's the point. And a lot of people say, how is that a good thing? Well, it's a very good thing. It's like, if you're starting a business, but you're not getting moving because you're afraid of looking foolish, because you're afraid if you fail, you'll look like a fool, then you're not getting anything accomplished. If you start a business and you're successful, then you won't look foolish, right? But you have to be willing to, not be self-conscious. You have to be willing to put yourself out there. I always say it's like, even with this channel, I mean, you can say what you want, but, I was stuck at 40,000 subs for a very long period of time. Part of me believes, like, I started just not caring. I didn't really care, but I just didn't tell people what I did. People would be like, what do you do? I'd just be like YouTube. I wouldn't be like, I'm a tarot reader on YouTube, right? Part of me, I feel, kind of felt, cared too much what people would think about what I do. Then, like, literally, when my channel took off last year, or whenever that was, like a year and a half ago, I just stopped caring. I just started telling people exactly what I did. and my channel took off. So it's like one of those things, it's like if you put yourself out there, that is true freedom, and you're not really caring what people think, then you will be successful. In the area of your closest relationships with the world, you have the Two of Wands here. I feel like some of you are itching to get out, with the Two of Wands. Two of Wands, he's like inside a castle. This right here, like he's standing at the top of like a turret on the castle, and he kind of like wants to get out. He's looking at that world, and he is yearning for more. He's wanting to experience more. So I do feel like some of you are feeling left out in relationships. Look, with the Five of Pentacles, you have the Sun. So a lot of happiness coming in for you. Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. So, make sure not to do that. The Sun's a good card. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Three of Swords. Yeah, I mean, definitely a heavy energy there. This is your future feelings as well, which is strange. Some of you could be feeling like you're missing something, here in the future. I'm not going to sugarcoat it or anything. Could be love, could be something else as well. But I would say, again, don't call attention to your weaknesses. Make sure you're doubling down on your strengths in love, friendships, business, everything, so that you don't feel this way. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Page of Wands. Some sort of new adventure coming in for you. I think it's going to lead to a lot of abundance. This is a pretty good reading, is what I would say to you here, Sagittarius. I feel like there's a lot of good stuff coming in for you. I wouldn't worry too much about this. I would definitely, number one, Ten of Swords, Three of Swords, definitely watch your health. I would take care of yourself with that energy. I would make sure you're staying healthy. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, doing all those things, nurturing yourself with the Empress. But all in all, I feel like that's fine. We're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards now, Sagittarius. So if you have questions, feel free to pause this video. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. If you don't have questions, that's fine too. I'm just going to put them all together at the end. For question number 1, I would say yes. King of Wands, you showing up here in a strong position, so yes. Question number 2, I would say yes. Yes, I would say Seven of Pentacles. I like the Seven of Pentacles. To me, it can be a question, To me, the Seven of Pentacles can say, is the juice worth the squeeze? Whatever you're asking about, it's like, is it worth me putting this much time, effort, and energy into it? But I would say yes. And for question number 3, no, 3 of Swords. So no. Putting this all together, I kind of feel like this is you stepping up into a much more powerful position. 3 of Swords, 3 of Swords. This could be a heartbreak or a separation. 7 of Pentacles, a change in direction. But I feel like you're ending up in a very strong position here, Sagittarius. So this is a good reading. I like it. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.